called Marchesi di Barolo.
Not really. It was not really my first idea. I actually tried to avoid the family business for a long time. And just 4 years ago, I decided that it would been very happy to join the family's business. I spent a lot of time abroad. I lived for 1 year in China, and maybe being so far away from home, maybe living such a different experience and such a different culture from what our life in Barolo is, I realized how much I missed it, and that's how I eventually joined the family business. It's hard to remember because I was really young. I was a kid when I first started tasting wine. I used to dub my tongue into my father's glass, and it was with the sweet wines. I started with the Moscato, then Dolcetto, which is dry but still very fruity, very juicy. But I remember the first bottle that I ordered in a restaurant with my dad. It was a date with my dad. And I had a bottle of Ribera del Duero. So I fell in love first with foreign wines, the Spanish wines, and then I jumped into Italian wines. I think there are lots of things that contribute to make our name, our wines very unique. And first of all is the soil, because Barolo is so unique in all of its different expressions, because you really have different soil composition in vineyards that are really next one to the other. So from one vineyard which is maybe 100 or 200 meters distant from another one, you have two completely different tastes of the same grape. And I think that this expression of terroir really makes Barolo and Langhe and Piedmont land so unique. We have a lot of news actually this year. We just started making a new white, which is a blend of our most traditional Royal-Arnaise with a little bit of Sauvignon and a little bit of Chardonnay, which helped the wine to be a little bit more attractive on the palate, a little bit more perfumed, a little bit more interesting also for people who never tasted wine, and especially never tasted wine from Piedmont, which are sometimes a little bit hard to understand, to make it a little bit more round and smooth. We have a new single vineyard Nebbiolo, which is our most classic and traditional grape from the area, the most important grape that we use for our most important wines, such as Barbaresco and Barolo. So we decided to make it in the most straight way, again, in order to let people be more familiar with the grape. And then we have a super news. We just acquired a winery in Barbaresco, in a special area in the core zone of Barbaresco called Rio Sordo. The name of the winery is Cascina Bruciata, and we are very proud of this new entry, which is all certified organic. So it's a step to, sensibilize also the market to this more natural way of conducting the vineyards and making wine. We don't really have a specific strategy. We really believe that the soil should and the terroir should express in the wines, but by making clean wines, sometimes also to making new wines like the new white that I mentioned before, in order to let people be more familiar with the era of the wines. And I think that communication is a very important point for the wine business, because there are a lot of young people, who are now getting interested in wines, and I think that there is a big interest for young consumers to be more aware about what the wine business is, and communication, social media, marketing, and eventually, and specifically I should say, the face of the person that is behind the wines is what is the most important message that you can deliver, and that can help people to be more in touch with the wine itself. That impact in the success of our winery, and talking about our winery specific, I would say that is a combination of different things. One is, of course, our past, because I think that one of the most important aspects of our winery is our tradition, is our history. We could never be who we are if it's not because of the history and because of what our parents and their parents before them did. My family in 1929 bought the estate of Marchesi di Barolo, which were the very first people who thought about making a winery in Barolo, built a winery and given the name to a wine which was the name of the place where they made this wine. So if it was not because of all of these experiences, we would never be where we are. And I think that another element is also the opposite, the future on one side. My brother and I, my brother is just 22 now, and he has a lot of vibe, a lot of new ideas, and together with our parents we're always trying to give more energy, give more strength to this message of passion and love for our area that we all have. You mean besides drinking more wine?
Exactly.
I love to, of course, we all love to drink wine. I love to drink wine from other wineries, from other regions, just to discover more. I'm really into wine and yoga because I love wine and I love yoga, so one would be one of those things. But I love to travel. I think that that is what gives the most energy, the most breath to my personal experience. That really opens my mind to travel. So I like to backpack and go around to discover new places and eventually drink the wine of the places where I travel.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I really
you
appreciate the interview.
This has been special.